that jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
So, you're probably wondering what that is. Well, that's the Rolling Giant. The Oldest View is a horror web series created by Kane Pixels, same guy that made the Backroom series. It explores eerie, surreal phenomena surrounding a mall called the Valley View Center, which was an actual mall but was demolished in May 2023. In the series, the mall mysteriously reappears underground, only being accessible through strange stairwells carved into the earth. The story follows Wyatt, our main man, who documents his descent into the haunting ruins using his phone's trusty camera. He soon, unfortunately, discovers the mall is not abandoned but inhabited by this monstrous Rasputin-looking puppet called the Rolling Giant. This guy begins to attack Wyatt by rolling towards him. Yeah, stairs are this guy's worst enemy. The Boiled One Phenomenon. The Boiled One Phenomenon is an analog horror video by Dr. Nowhere that's about broadcast interference and psychological horror. It's framed like a public warning. The video recounts a mysterious event involving a rerun of a 1990s nature documentary that was abruptly interrupted by a disturbing broadcast known as Broadcast 813. This event centered around a disgusting, putrid entity called Fen 228, which triggers eerie psychological and even physical effects in viewers, culminating in mass confusion and a massive real-life blackout. He's a tall, thin humanoid with red skin and a misshapen, melted head, looking like he's been put in a microwave. He can change height and is mostly invisible, seen only by cameras or chosen individuals. Fen 228 has the ability to manipulate people's bodies, enabling him to induce paralysis or locked-in syndrome, which is a condition in which a patient cannot move or communicate due to complete paralysis of nearly all muscles in their body except for the eyes. At the center of the story is Job Zamperini, a World War II veteran who becomes one of the key witnesses to the phenomenon. After viewing this broadcast, our pal Zamperini began to experience terrifying visions and became paralyzed. He believes that Fen 228 has entered his home. As his condition worsens, he communicates only through blinking and Morse code, describing the haunting presence of Fen 228. Anyways, to avoid that, here's what to do. Avoid contact with Fen 228 and its face from the footage. Use earplugs and recite Psalm 91:10. If you hear unusual noises, seek help if unholy thoughts persist, and wear blue light glasses if you've seen the footage. If not, then enjoy being a vegetable.
But you will, and I'll see you too. Forever, I'll see you.
Man in the Suit. The Man in the Suit is a canceled
Well, no more.
analog horror series created by Unknowingly. It's about the tragic and horrifying transformation of a Japanese man who becomes one with the Godzilla suit. His obsession with Godzilla leads to him merging with the suit, becoming a monstrous, supernatural figure known as the Man, resembling Godzilla but with grotesque internal changes. This Godzilla fanatic also has a deep-seated animosity towards man, stemming from the scars of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, to the point he assaulted a Japanese colleague who was portraying an American kaiju. Later on, his condition is kept secret as he communicates through growls and exhibits increasingly violent behavior, even injuring fellow actors. The Man gains superhuman strength, regenerative abilities, and the power to infect others with his bite, causing them to fuse with their suits. So basically, he became Godzilla, probably the only person in history to want to become Godzilla of all things. The Walten Files. The Walten Files is an animated horror series on YouTube created by Martin Walls. The series is presented as a collection of VHS tapes and is heavily inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. It's set in the 1970s, revolving around Bond's Burgers, a children-oriented restaurant featuring animatronics created by Jack Walton and Felix Kranken under the management of Bunny Smiles Inc. The story goes from happy-go-lucky to misery when a tragic accident with Jack accidentally game-ending two of his children by drunk driving. Felix, who was obviously racked with guilt, buries them in a forest and goes missing. Soon after, Bond's Burgers opens, but strange and violent events unfold, with animatronics like Bon and Buzu becoming bloodthirsty. Employees are game-ended and stuffed into the animatronics. Sound familiar? Which leads to the restaurant's closing in 1974. Over the years, Felix continues to work on the animatronics, but more deaths occur as the haunted past of Bond's Burgers unravels. Sophie Walton, Jack's surviving daughter, eventually starts to uncover the horrifying truth about the restaurant's dark legacy. GREYLOCK. The GREYLOCK archives are an analog horror series created by Rob Gavigan. It centers on eerie and unexplained phenomena in Berkshire County, Massachusetts, particularly around Mount Greylock. The story is shown through a series of found footage tapes which document the bizarre activities of the shadowy company T.O.E, USA, which appears to be experimenting with dangerous entities known as thought forms. What are they exactly? Thought forms are basically the physical expressions of a person's thoughts and emotions, not ghosts, usually due to family grief. The thought form manifester, created by T.O.E USA, allows for the quick creation of sentient and independent thought forms, which can appear as humans, animals, and whatever the hell this is. And yeah, they are violent. Here's a quick zinger for you. Arnold Rivers, who's a documentarian for the GREYLOCK project, uncovered ancient artifacts and grew fearful of mysterious events. He shared what he discovered and went back home, where he was ultimately game-ended by a thought form after investigating further. So, yeah, kids, takeaway, don't get unlucky. Angel Hare. Angel Hare is a 2D animated analog horror series created by the East Patch that follows Jonah, a man who stumbles upon a VHS of his beloved childhood cartoon, Angel Hare. The show's main character, Angel Gabby, is a white rabbit with yellow wings who guides viewers through moral lessons using biblical principles. Jonah's past was, to put it easily, troubled. It was marked by neglect and abuse from his father and strained relationships with those around him, which is why he sought comfort from Angel Hare. In Jonah's old recordings of the episode, she appears to answer him in real time. The story revolves around Jonah's youth through the different versions of this show.
It's wonderful to meet you, Jonah. I hope I can be a good friend to you.
T.O.E. T.O.E., yeah, T.O.E. It's a series created by Dr. Nowhere. Its main premise is delving into the terrifying presence of this abomination called the locust. It's a strange creature capable of emerging through screens, specifically targeting individuals via video calls. The series involves interactions with victims, usually with the locust, communicating through cryptic messages and violent actions. Like, for example, in T.O.E. 3, viewers are presented with a disturbing series of drawings and messages in the creature's humble abode, each suggesting a twisted view of good children and their behaviors. The eerie atmosphere builds as an app called Pen Palace, which is meant to be used to message your loved ones. There, two online friends, Carter and Dominic, interact. Dominic insists on a video call, where Carter reluctantly agrees, only to find the locust in the corner of his room, its presence hinting at a horrifying connection to his disappearance. The entity's desire to gulp down its victim's organs without leaving physical marks makes video calls even less fun to do now. The Painter. Now, the worst of them all. The Painter is a controversial analog horror and crime web series created by Urban Spook, centered around a pair of psycho-emotional murderers known as the Painters. It's set somewhere in the early to mid-2000s, which follows the horrifying aftermath of their murder spree, which these deranged cretins leave disturbing paintings of their victims at each crime scene as a signature that it was done by them. The killers, Mona Delanius and Bill Collins, have game-ended over 100 people, with their crimes documented through VHS-style police case files. From Stabby Stab Stab, Lit Party, and Rock-Eating Cuisine, because their names, Sarah and Michael Stone, had the word stone in it. What do I even finish this off with? Let's just get to the tier list already. And like always, gang, that's the tier list. Thanks for watching and see you later.